Hi, I'm Warwick Merry, one of the co-founders of the Exhibiting and Sponsorship Institute. Danielle and I have been talking to people all over Australasia about exhibiting and sponsorship, in particular event sponsorship. Now there gets a bit of confusion about sponsorship. We talk about sponsorship and people think, oh, sports stars, millions of dollars, it's going to be expensive. But when it comes to sponsorship, we're talking about event sponsorship. So we're not exhibiting at a trade show or an expo, but we're sponsoring a particular event. Sometimes you can get to exhibit at that event, sometimes you just have a small table, sometimes there's other ways of being a sponsor. Maybe it's exposing of your brand or of your products and services, that kind of thing. Now, one of the keys to event sponsorship, the keys to success of event sponsorship, is making sure you're sponsoring the right event and looking at how do I select the right event? Where are the events where my target market is going to be? So it's really important that you spend some time looking at what sort of events do my target markets go to and where are they likely to be? What's going to have the right profile for me? So for example, if you're looking at chief executives or the C-level, you're not going to find them at, say, some of the local different events, maybe, you know, sponsoring a football club, your local footy club. But if you're a small business who's looking to do business in your location, in your local geography, then maybe a local football team is the right kind of thing to put a sponsorship to. It can be challenging, and it can be challenging to look at what's the right kind of sponsorship. So when it comes to looking at that, you need to make sure that you get some help or it's advice on where is the best place to sponsor. Now, maybe you're the kind of person who wants to be a sponsor, or maybe you've got an event who you need sponsors, because the reality is there's a stack of events out there that want sponsors. Having run events ourselves, naturally we practice what we preach and we get sponsors for our events. What it means is it takes away the risk. We've minimised our personal risk in that it's paid for. The whole event's paid for by our sponsors. Now we need to make sure that we're supporting our sponsors and giving them value. And so that's what we try and do. If you want to know more about sponsorship, if you want to know how do I be a sponsor or how do I get a sponsor or what does a sponsor need to do, we're running a webinar coming up next week. We'd love you to be on the call with us. So have a look in the description page here. There'll be a link so you can register for the webinar to find out more about sponsorship. You can also go to our Exhibit and Sponsorship Institute page, which is easinstitute.com, or jump on our Facebook page, facebook.com/easinstitute. As I said, I'm Warwick Merry, one of the co-founders of the Exhibiting and Sponsorship Institute. We'd love to have you on the webinar or on our series of webinars coming up once a month for the next year. See you then.